Okay, we're back.
I have to look excited.
You are excited. We're here. It's been a long day, but we're excited. We're happy to be here. For us, it's been a long day without seeing each other officially.
I think years, really.
Technically years. But we're back. I'm fatter. I'm grayer. I'm older.
Slower. Tireder. Right. Anyways, this is upbeat.
What a great way to start a new podcast. My name's Harrison. This is John. If you know us from other podcasts, thanks for checking this one out. And if you're brand new to this, holy crap. I wonder, send us a message online. Tell us what algorithm sent you here so we can game it.
Yeah, how did you find us?
As if algorithms have names. The Fred one brought me here.
It was my neighbor, Millie. Right. She's always on the lookout
for new stuff. Right. I was looking at the sky. Thinks a lot of birds or UFOs. That Millie. So we're hanging out. We're drinking some beers. But this is different. If you've seen us in other shows, beer is here. But really the focus is this crazy movie. That's why it's called Beer Me That Podcast.
Beer Me That Movie.
Beer Me That Movie.
The podcast. Of course we know what it's called. Yeah. This was made up a long time ago. We're just bringing it to life.
Yeah, that's right. Beer Me That Podcast is different. It's the podcast about Beer Me That Movie, which is this podcast.
Yeah, you might see Beer Me That Podcast way down the road. Where we drink beers and podcasts.
Podcast about, I don't know what yet. We'll figure it out. Anyway, this is Beer Me That Movie.
There's one really exciting thing about this podcast that I haven't seen in the bajillions of podcasts that just launched today.
Right.
So
with it. What do you got? What is it?
It's got a death clock. It's got a built-in. It's got a built-in. It's finite, right? Instead of just we're podcasting and we'll do this until we die or someone needs us or I have to work again.
Right. Get deported.
This has a built-in expiration for the good of us, maybe for the good of you, or who knows. But I think there's some fun in knowing that there's going to be, how many episodes are we making?
That's right. So this is number 1. We are doing 50 of these. That is the plan. 50. So get them while they're hot. Tell your friends now, because by the time anyone knows about it, it'll be over.
Like my life. Like losing my virginity.
That's right. Oh man, that was not too long ago.
Is it in yet? I'm done.
I'm exhausted, terrified. I threw up in the back of your mom's van. I'm sorry. Well, it was throw up. I thought it was something else. All right. A lot of fluids that night. So, oh my God. All right. But, anyways, you can see right away, definitely a little bit different if you came to us from Drinking Socially world. We're having some fun here. This is not for the kids. Put them to bed and get ready to laugh like the adults we all are. Whew. Okay, so John, let's tell them a little bit about what we do each week, what the plan is, what they've kind of unwittingly gotten themselves into.
Stumbled into. So nothing to be afraid of.
Right. You sound like my doctor, my pediatrician when I was a kid. Who's that needle for?
You're going to be tall someday. So the idea of this podcast is we're going to use Drunk People Twitter, which you know
what it is.
You may know. Colloquially, it's called Untappd. It's a community platform where people log beers all over the world, and it gives us some great insight into craft beer's crazy names.
Yes.
So we're just going to flip through and see what people are drinking. You can add us as a friend, and we can see what you're drinking. So once we find some beer names, where do we go from there, Harrison?
That's right. So the whole premise is we'll take some fun, so many creative, cool, ridiculous beer names out there. We're just going to take those names and turn them into a movie. Let them be the title for some movie that doesn't exist yet. But by the end of this podcast, will at least exist on this podcast and in all of our minds, and maybe a t-shirt one day.
I like that idea. Maybe make it into a movie.
Ooh.
Nope. We got 50 of these episodes to do. We can't get distracted.
That's right. Maybe if the Betty Crocker or the Pillsbury Doughboy releases their own streaming network, they can hire us to make some movies for them.
They're gonna need to pick something up.
They need to stay relevant. Everybody does. All right, sweet. So yeah, that's it. We're gonna make up a movie, use beers to inspire us, and each week we're gonna kind of do a quick little roll call type thing where we're just gonna, like John said, start ripping through Untappd, pick out a few, riff on them, see which one feels like that might be the feature today, and then we're off. So let's do it. Let's get started, John. Let's go through some check-ins. Let's try to find tonight's movie.
Well, let me pull up the old Untappd tap here. Take a look and see what
I
we
should
got.
say, while you're doing that, speaking of beer, we're enjoying some Nooners tonight from Sierra Nevada.
Sierra Nevada Brewing. Sierra Nevada?
Sierra Nevada? Oh no, I don't know. Whatever, I say it wrong. Whatever the right thing is, I'm not saying it.
I usually try and go back and forth.
That's smart. Just play the room or the moment or whatever. Yeah, but this is Nooner. It's awesome. It's a Pilsner. It's delicious. Yeah, but that's not going to be the beer that the movie's based on tonight.
It just fuels.
Right.
Harrison and I are grown adults, grown men. Adults.
Yeah.
Sure.
We don't know.
But the beer helps for conversation. You know why you drink beer.
You know.
It helps.
A little inspiration.
Inspiration, I mean.
Some liquid courage. Lady Luck. The Muse. I don't know what I'm saying.
Bud Light. No. Honestly, that'd be like Bud Light, the dog. He's a little bit lighter. He can jump a little bit higher.
We'll probably. I'm hoping the people demand pick a macro or make all the macros into movies because I could see.
Of course,
Bud Light.
It gets hard after Bud Light, then Coors Light. Oh yeah, it's the same thing. The dog's name is Coors. It was a litter,
right?
With little Miller being the runt.
Right. Miller Light. I think Budweiser has a chance tholl
Bud the Wise. No, Budweiser. Well,
Budweiser. Yeah.
Budweiser. That's like a Will Ferrell movie.
It sounds like it. Right. Like oh boy, what did he do? Maybe he invented NASCAR. Budweiser in the mountains of Tennessee. That's not for tonight though.
No. But I like where your head's at. Okay, so let's take a look at Untappd here. So we're just going to start out. All these beers that I'm scrolling through, these are just people that have added the podcast as friends on Untappd.
Oh, yeah.
So again, you can add us. It's called Beer Me That Movie on Untappd. And then when you drink beers on there, we might see them as we're scrolling by. So we've got here Smoketoberfest.
Smoketoberfest. I don't know.
I want to make a scary movie out of that.
Right.
Smoketoberfest.
I could see. You're right. That's it. That's what it is. It's a scary Oktoberfest movie.
Anyways, it's smoky. It doesn't jump out at me. Here's Sierra Nevada.
There we go. Atomic Torpedo.
I mean,
we don't. Right. Nuclear submarine. Those already exist. I hope we're not shooting atomic torpedoes at each other. I don't know. Maybe this is now I have racing movies in my head. The atomic torpedo,
like a torpedo race, just like a submarine race,
or like he's a speed skater and his name is the Atomic Torpedo because he grew up in Chernobyl.
Yeah,
the only one to make it out with both his feet, and he became a speed.
He's like that. Well, every 4 years he gets to really break out.
That's right. He rides his huge wolf into the rain. So that could be cool. And skates for Mother Russia, who he has a grudge with because of Chernobyl.
Get Ivan Drago to play the coach in that one.
I'm sure he's not doing much. He's probably getting his 7th PhD, but he can make time. It seems like if the movies he has been selecting is any indicator, he seems like he may need some money.
Honestly, Atomic Torpedo better than I thought it was going to be. Thanks
me too,
Stefano.
Yes.
What
else?
Big chocolate ducky.
Big chocolate ducky from Dissolver out in Nashville.
That's
big chocolate ducky.
Is this a holiday movie?
Oh, okay. Which holiday?
Does a Tooth Fairy have a holiday? No, she's like whenever you need.
Big chocolate ducky, the BCD. The hell's big? This could be a horror movie.
Okay.
Where it's some kind of small town and there's the legend of a chocolate duck that lurks in the alleys and you know babysitters tell their kids to scare them at night about the big chocolate ducky. Go to bed, or the BCD will
to suck you inside it.
It's hollow, but filled with kids. Yeah. And he comes around. Here it is. So every Easter, you got the Easter Bunny, hollow Easter Bunny candies. But if you're not good on Easter,
you get the big
chocolate ducky comes and finds you, sucks you into his vacuum, and then I don't know, falls off a waterfall and you die. And that's just a story that's told, but then some kid finds a magical shoe and an old house.
Dick for Easter.
Right.
Like the chocolate Easter. Ducky is like, I'm gonna destroy this
He's
kid.
Stealing eggs out of people's yards and throwing them in the street.
I thought I retired after the caveman, but I'm coming back for you, little son of a gun.
That's right. And the big chocolate ducky goes and chases him down and kills him. Anyway, that might okay. We got that. Let's not get too far down there because we may spend the whole night doing it.
Yeah,
what else do we have?
Oh, cow tippa
from Remedy Brewing,
South Dakota. Makes perfect sense. Cow tippa. 20 beers named. All right, no offense, South Dakota. Tippa.
Gosh, that could be real mean. This is like a tipper gore like origin story. They used to call her Cow Tippa. For reasons unknown.
Cruel.
Right, it is cruel.
She has extra teeth. That's why they called her Cow Tippa.
Kids are rough, man, but they don't miss anything. Very observant.
Savage.
The cow Tippa, and sometimes the cows tip back. That could be. I'm skewing horror tonight for whatever reason.
Horror's fun.
It is fun. That's why.
Let's relax. Also, great horror movie name.
Right. Some guy takes a laxative on a plane that's just stuck in a loop because of some issue on the runway, and all the lavatories are broken. And it's a short film, and he's just trying not to relax.
Just sounds of bubbling guts.
That's right.
The whole length of the film.
Every time he almost gets to a throw up bag or an unoccupied purse to relieve himself, someone swoops in to interrupt it.
That's a new layer of horror film. It's not like the evil witch is coming to get you. It's you're stuck on a plane with a man whose guts are going to explode.
That's right, and nobody knows it yet but him. Except people are starting to kind of catch it. Why is that guy up and out of his seat? What's he doing? Is he a terrorist? What's happening here? He's making weird.
Sit down.
Is that a ticking noise? No, it's my stomach. This guy's got a bomb. Right, we can't land. Oh my gosh, that would be okay. I don't know how it ends. Again, there's something there. Yeah, I didn't think we'd have much. 10-7. Thanks for that.
Help me out with this one.
Axes of Foo, or I guess Axes of Foo from North Park. Great brewery, make an amazing beer.
Axes of Foo.
Oh, it's a Fidens collab as well. Axes of Foo. Axes of Volume
good
2.
Beer, but
probably is.
I'm gonna
keep going.
Skip that one.
Yeah.
Double Dry Hop Trailside, also great beer,
but I don't think we can do much with the double dry hop. Maybe someday we will.
Grapefruit Supreme.
Grapefruit Supreme. Ooh.
Like a.
I can't.
Oh boy. I want to hear where this goes.
This is this is wait.
I'm thinking Ratatouille and Good Burger mixed together.
Okay, perfect. That's great.
But no. I want to hear what had you buckled over.
I don't think that was a fully formed thought. It just went right to a lot of horrible stereotypes. But maybe it's I like let's go with Ratatouille type Good Burger. You head over to Grapefruit Supreme and get your fruit salad to go. But maybe it's like a waiting type movie, like Good Burger, but it's just what goes on inside a fast food fruit salad franchise.
It's based out in LA.
Maybe it's the opposite of waiting, where everybody's very woke and they're very caring and they make fruit salad all day. So they don't have scurvy and they have good vitamin intake, so they're happier.
They're healthy, but to the point where they kind of like piss you off.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Like they're the inconvenience here.
Right.
Could I get some damn heavy cream in my milkshake? No,
we don't do that.
There's no real dairy here.
Right, exactly right. Everything's made from trees or leaves. Okay. Never mind then. Okay, Grapefruit Supreme. Horrible business, but maybe an entertaining movie.
If you got Daniel Day-Lewis to run the franchise, it'd still turn a profit, I'm sure. Super Mega Lager. Should we make a rule that like beer specific names are almost disqualified?
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, Unless they're
great
really great, exactly. Unless the rest of it is hilarious, but Lunch, classic. That's a movie that when I hear that, I think of the movie. What's it called? Oh my God, The Big Kahuna with Danny DeVito and Kevin Spacey, and I'm gonna forget the third person. But it's like it's a bunch of sales guys at a sales summit, and they're just in the hotel room the whole time. The whole movie is in the hotel. That's it. And they talk about life and sales and stuff. So lunch could be like that, just out to lunch with an old friend. And what happens at lunch?
Honestly,
a whole lifetime of memories happen at lunch.
As an old person, lunch is my only social activity. Sometimes I go alone and I just try and butt in on other people's.
I make it to lunch.
Oh, I heard you just moved here. Yeah, me too. 10 years ago. How similar we are. All right, Heineken 0.0. Yeah,
nothing there.
On a just un mort. Oh, here I am looking dumb on TV.
By Missourium. So this looks like somewhere in Canada, maybe. A just something death? I don't know.
I would imagine that's like, I don't understand how just works in the French language, but one death. Then they call an orgasm the petit mort, the little death.
Mine's bigger. The orgasm, not not anything else involved. On a just, I don't know. It sounds like some romantic
this is like being
thing.
In Hollywood. Like, here's the screenplay I worked my whole life on. No, I don't like the name.
I hate French.
No. Well, I don't do movies with names in them.
Sir, please, my family.
Oh, here's
Ooh.
This one's amazing. The Road of Reflection.
From Tim Burrell's Road of Reflection. Road of Reflection. Obviously, the first thought is Road to Perdition, which is a deep movie. Road of Reflection.
Road of Reflection. I'm surprised if this isn't already a movie.
This could be, maybe it is a movie.
Doesn't matter.
But what's our version of it? This could be so many things. It could be, a road trip movie. Daughter and a strange father have to go across the country together to the mom's funeral neither have talked to for 15 years, and on the way learn a little bit about each other.
You left us. I left because I had to.
Right. No, you left me. Your mom took you. Yeah, there could be all kinds of deep things. A funny bit in a motel with a guy traveling with some chickens. Like there could be, this waffle maker doesn't work. That's not a waffle iron. That's a real iron. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. There could be all
I like that was, you've already gotten that hotel bit pretty much nailed down.
That's right. You could see the whole horrible motel. Could be a road trip movie. It could be a movie about it could be
I want it to be a coming of age movie, but I want Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman to be in it.
Okay.
I don't know how that's coming of age.
Maybe they're mirror salesmen, the Road of Reflection. They sell mirrors door to door.
Oh, okay.
And same deal. Morgan Freeman teaches a lot to Brad Pitt about life.
The Road of Reflection.
And he always, his whole thing is you got to have the mirror up so when they open the door, they see their own face, not yours.
Dude, you're good.
Something that they're comfortable with. And then while they're distracted, you hit them with the pitch. Door-to-door mirror salesman, right? Have to move at 5 miles an hour.
So since the beginning of time, people have been looking at themselves.
Yeah, our house came with mirrors. That's what everybody says. We've got plenty of mirrors here. No, that's why I know you think that. How many are on your ceiling? Hello, ma'am? Oh, okay.
Okay. Honestly, I think that'd be pretty hard to make into a film that lived up to the name. Whereas Banana Whale.
Damn.
I mean,
Banana Whale. Banana Whale. This is fucking it, I think. Because I have no idea what it fucking is as a movie. Banana Whale.
I'm content to say we haven't workshopped it at all.
Banana Whale.
I'm kind of in on Banana Whale.
Banana Whale. Fuck. Banana Whale might be it. Well, so what do we had? So we have Banana Whale, which I like.
Yeah.
What were some of the other ones?
I don't remember any of them. Road to Perdition.
Sure. Road of Reflection.
There was
that
the
one?
French one that I can't pronounce.
French one we can't remember.
All right, remember banana whale.
Then there was
Atomic Torpedo.
Atomic Torpedo. That had some legs. Much
Big
like
Chocolate Ducky.
Big Chocolate Ducky. Oh man.
Tippa.
Right. Relax is fucking hilarious. That movie, I think we wrote the whole thing pretty much. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Lunch.
Let's go all in on Banana Whale. Let's do it. Banana Whale is going to be the feature tonight. All right. Holy crap. Let me have a quick sip and a think on what that actually means.
I'll join you. Might be a long sip because Banana Whale's not one I'm familiar with. Is that part of the Marvel universe? No.
Oh. Is a superhero. God, why bananas though? Potassium, high in potassium. That's a benefit. Kind of a portable food. That's a benefit. Whale.
Well, I think whale's the hard part here.
Well,
it's not a land animal, is it?
Right. I mean, the cop out here, which maybe this is what the people want, but I don't care about that. But the cop out here is some kind of like squid in the whale type thing. Like it's not a banana whale's like some weird esoteric phrase that means like the one that got away. She was my banana whale. What? You mean your great white buffalo? No, my banana whale. That's one above great white buffalo.
Even better.
She really broke my heart. Or maybe the banana whale, great white buffalo was like your true love. Banana whale was that crazy girl that just loved to bone, do wild stuff.
She was the one you thought about
broke
even
your
after
mind.
You found your true love.
Right. Just couldn't. Every time you heard certain Michael Jackson songs, you were like, God, taken right back to the dance floor when
we almost drowned on
that
kayak, but it was worth it.
That's right. I was dead for 5 minutes, technically. She's the banana whale.
I like this setup.
Okay,
I didn't think we were going there.
Neither did I. Yeah, I did not think we were going
but
to find banana whale today.
I kind of like that.
So what's the story? So is the story about the banana whale? Is she like everyone's banana whale, but no one's great white buffalo? Is it about her?
See, in my head, I went the easier route.
Sure,
of like,
good.
Where, as I often do. Why shovel when it's just going to melt in 3 months?
That's right.
So we're introed into an upcoming nuptial.
Okay.
You know, perfect love, romance, all that stuff. And then there's an instant message or, you know, social media or something from some girl. And so, oh, that was my banana whale. What's a banana whale? Yeah. Oh, Sherry used to do all this. She was crazy. Okay. And then we still have like the journey of planning a marriage, but the banana whale becomes more and more influence or more prominent in this guy's life. And then we get to the point of the story where it's almost like he has to make a decision. Like, do I really want the banana whale or do I want my great white buffalo?
Right. And is my great white buffalo really my great white buffalo? Is my banana whale my
do I just love really weird sex?
Right. Too much, an unhealthy amount. But let's not think about that right now.
I have a good proctologist now.
That takes care of half of the things I want. I just have to be discreet about it. Okay, I like this. So that's almost like a two stories interweaving where we have present day. What should we call this guy? So let's start with him.
Okay.
What's his name?
Charlie.
Great. Love it. So Charlie's getting married to a girl he's dated for 4 years. She's great. She does all the things Charlie always thought he wanted. Smart, funny, talented, owns her own business, yada, yada, gets him. Perfect. Charlie's life is great. Get married. On paper, he has a good job.
He's doing amazing.
Owns a house, which no one will be able to do in the future. So good for Charlie. And then, right, the wedding's coming up. And what does he do? Maybe he's like in his attic going through old yearbooks and a box of stuff. They're moving into their new house.
He's looking for maybe like their first date ticket, movie ticket.
Perfect for the speech or for the wedding or whatever.
Who's the female marriage material? Can we give her like a Gwen or like
Gwen? Perfect. Okay. Charlie and Gwen. Love it. C and G, baby. All right, so forever. Okay, maybe. So
there's the trailer.
We don't know yet. Right, exactly. God, marketing's gonna love trying to pitch this. It's called what? No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, right. So they're going through the old box of stuff and he's trying to find cute things to present, like, as part of his speech on the wedding day. Comes across an old yearbook, some other things he thought he threw away. And it's all bringing back memories of his
changes.
Right. Of his banana whale, of this woman. We'll call her.
It's got to be something kind of
out there, kind of fun and wild. Maybe she's named after a state or a city.
Dakota.
Perfect. Her name's Dakota.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right. And it just kind of all comes flying back to him, the nights they spent together, how they met. And so, right. So he's kind of up in the attic having these thoughts and feelings he hasn't had in a long time of this flannel clad beautiful woman who used to run the local, oh boy, what did she do? Not coffee shop. Got to be cooler than that.
Yeah.
Not record store. What's a
burlesque?
Okay, we can go right there.
Well, that's not cool though. That's not cool.
Okay.
It's got to be more punky.
Pool hall.
Okay.
She's got a cigarette in her mouth. He walks in, a freshman, fake ID. Oh, I got in, and just
she knew, but she would give him some beers and let him play.
But she's not that much. This is not a Mrs. Robinson thing. She's also pretending to be 21, but she's also 19 because she needs the money. Dakota, other side of the tracks.
Yep.
I mean, Dakota came from almost nothing. She's, raised herself up by her own bootstraps.
She knows what she wants, though. She's a hustler.
That's right.
She knows how to work.
There's no time for bullshit. But right away, she saw Charlie walk in and was like, I bet I can flirt with this guy and he can tip me a tongue because he's terrified because he's 18 or 19 or whatever. And that's how it starts from her end. His end, he's just smitten, a terrified freshman. Some girl's paying attention to him and he thinks he's won the lottery. But they actually have some things in common. They like the same TV shows, the same bands, laughter, a genuine conversation.
Oh, yeah, that like, oh my God, I was there when so-and-so came to town last summer. I was there too.
Oh my God. Yep, all that stuff happens. This is great. And he leaves that night dragged out by his friends and doesn't want to go and waves goodbye. Tries to go back the next day. She's not there.
Love it.
But so there's a little bit of a cat and a mouse thing that happens and keeps going back, keeps talking to her, and eventually the wildness begins. He becomes deflowered.
He becomes deflowered. Now I am become deflowered.
The destroyer of boys. So young men. So willingly, willing,
consensual young men that are of age. It's Hollywood, really, though.
Right. Yeah. How are we gonna know that? So okay. This is great. Maybe a little more on Charlie too. So perhaps like his life was pretty conservative. I'm imagining somebody wears like button up.
He was
shirts
told
all
what
the
to
time.
do.
And he just did it because why not? He didn't know any better. Only child, no brothers. Parents had boring jobs and worked all the time. So he kind of had to fend for himself, but always followed the rules. Dakota
feed the machine.
Right. Dakota, exact opposite. So other side of the tracks. He kind of jumped from job to job, never went to college. All right, cool.
So now we already know about Charlie and Gwen, and we learn about Charlie and Dakota.
Right.
We don't want to think Charlie's evil for having this memory.
Exactly.
We don't want to think Dakota's evil for having we still want to keep everybody kind of in good standing, but there needs to. I'm already asking.
Yes.
What happened with Dakota? How did Charlie end up becoming kind of vanilla again and gwenning up?
And I think great question. Love that. I think I think you just answered it. So I think the audience will have that whole question too. I think like the theme here or whatever is like Charlie's too afraid to do what he wants to do. Like that's and he needs to stop doing that.
Man,
he needs to
aren't we all?
As we all are all the time terrified because of bills and taxes and
just sweet Charlie.
Just sweet Charlie. We're all Charlie. But Yeah, so I see. So that's his like eventual story arc. We'll see, does he break that or not? But that's why he leaves Dakota, as things get a little too hot and heavy and crazy and wild, and just the voice of his parents in the back of his head and his childhood priest, who was one of the good ones, reminding him of stay the path and blah blah blah. And so he, pulls back and eventually kind of leaves her stranded at a bus stop or something. They're gonna run away together, get married, and he bails and
he goes off to go to college or something.
Well,
like that.
He's already there, but like, that's how we'll cover a little bit more. That's how I see their story ending, though. Like, that's why they split up, and that's why he found Gwen. He kind of returned to the buttoned up, boring job, Charlie, but he's got that voice that's now in the back of his head of Dakota and this other world that he got to kind of visit, but he was a tourist.
I like the idea that it was mostly external influence of him to say like, nah, go stay the path, do the right thing. Like,
right. He's not hearing his own voice. It's other people's voices because he's too afraid to have his own, which is, I guess, it is something I'll go through, and it's tough to figure that out and stop hearing your parents' voices in your head when you don't want them to be there. So yeah, we'll get there. But I think that's what happened. That's why he Gwen'd up, is because it was comfortable, it was safe, all that stuff.
Yep.
And that's what the
do the right thing, right. Sort of.
And that's what the third act or the finisher of this will be, is what is his decision? Does he keep Gwen up, or does he finally do his own thing? So, but before we get there, so he's still in my mind in the attic having this like memory, and then Gwen knocks on the door as he's remembering boning Dakota the first time on a pool table or whatever, or on the mechanical bull or something, probably all those things. And he's kind of jostles too. And I thought you were getting the napkin holders. Yep, sorry, I'm coming down now. Got them right here. I just need to adjust everything that I'm wearing. And so but the seed has been planted. The portal's been reopened, and now he's kind of got to do this secret mission. Here's what's going to happen. This is how the movie moves forward. He's got to find her. He's got to he's saying we're going to bring in a best friend now, the goofy comedic relief,
sort of Jonah Hill type or something.
Perfect. Like that. Yep. So he goes to his buddy. We got to give the friend a name.
Seth.
Perfect. So he goes to Seth, who works at Seth's kind of a loser, but not. So Seth works where?
DMV?
Ooh, I think that's too loser. Let's go a little bit more like he's like a janitor at a record store or something.
Okay.
Like he's somewhere cool.
He works at the big record store. He works at like
got it.
The CDW or something like that. The corporate
that don't exist anymore, but they promised us that there were CD stores at some point. He's at the Sam Goody and he's trying to push the indie artists, but his fucking boss is like, we sell Britney. Britney's what keeps the lights on.
Yep.
Move fucking Britney.
Get this crap out of here. We're not selling this. Yeah, right. Exactly.
It's Backstreet. It's NSYNC. It's Britney. So maybe this takes place in like 1998 too, because that's fun.
Yeah, a little pre-internet.
Yeah, we can go back a little because that gives it some flavor too. People can be wearing flannel, and it's not just me. Okay, perfect. So he goes and grabs Seth, and he's like, holy shit, Seth, do you remember the girl Dakota? Yeah, you told me about her. I need to find her. Like, clearly he's awoken. And this is kind of that first obstacle that Charlie has to get through, because Seth is not about this. He's like, dude, Gwen's perfect. What are you doing, you idiot?
He's another voice telling Charlie what to do.
Exactly. So this is like the first resistance that he's going through, and the first time maybe we see Charlie go, no, I need to go find her. I'm doing it with you or without you, and kind of storms out of the CDW and
knocks over a Britney cardboard cutout.
Exactly, and Seth gets yelled at by his boss. Who did it? You know that guy? I'm going to ban him from the store for life. Did he buy something? Did he steal something? Security. And Seth's like, God fucking damn it, I hate this job. And so he just throws up on his boss's shoes. He's like, you know what? I got to take a sick day. And he kind of chases Charlie out because he's like, I can't watch my friend blow his life up. Seth's a great friend. Seth's like a lost puppy dog. He'll help you out. He'll always be there. So,
is the boss played by Steve Buscemi or Woody Harrelson?
Oh, Woody Harrelson.
Okay, that's what I thought too. That's what I thought. I'm glad.
Like looking like he did in what's it called, Kingpin, a little bit.
Yes,
has both hands, but his toupee is barely on his head. All right, he's
perfect. He's only in the movie for 2 minutes.
Right, exactly. But it's amazing 2 minutes. He's got the best lines of the whole movie. Oh my God.
Okay, so Charlie's running off to find his banana whale.
Right, exactly. Got to find the banana whale.
We don't know why yet, which caused me a little bit of angst. Like, is he going to find her to shut this down?
I think he just right. I don't think
like, is he looking for closure?
Sure.
I like that he doesn't know.
I don't think he knows. I think he's hoping that when he sees her, he'll know what to do. And like that could be a real.
I like that.
Yeah, that could be a conversation him and Seth have, like on the bus or whatever, trying to find her, and they talk about why even doing this. They'll go down that rabbit hole. We can go down that rabbit hole in a second, but I think the first thing to do is kind of figure out where she is, because most banana whales not in the phone book. This is pre-Facebook, pre-Instagram, blah 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 blah, which makes it almost impossible to find somebody.
Yeah, I mean, we have to go back to the pool hall.
I think that is probably what Charlie's only option is I got to go back to the town, which let's say
is good. We only have to build one extra set.
Sure.
Just reuse it for the flashback.
We can change the license plates on the car. So we're in a new city, in a new town. So he, so he's traveling. Gwen's like, what's he's got to make us some story.
Bachelor
for
party?
her, right? I'm gonna go bachelor weekend with Seth. Oh,
camping.
I wish I'd known about it, but she's understanding. Right, we're just gonna go camping at the lake.
Fun, sweetheart.
Exactly.
Here, I'll bring you guys sandwiches.
She's the best.
She's being perfect.
Right, and Seth,
so you almost
Seth
like
turns that knife.
Oh,
God damn it, Charlie! She's the best.
You want to hate Charlie because she's perfect.
Exactly.
Seth says she's perfect.
Right,
but you also have to kind of support him because you don't know what he's gonna do yet. He doesn't even.
He doesn't know. This is life. Like the worst thing he could do is to Gwen is marry her. And the whole time they're married, be like, holy shit,
banana whale,
my banana whale, and it like ruins their relationship.
True.
He has to do this.
That's one of the motivators. He's like, look, I know it took me 15 years to forget about her the first time. I don't want to be married to Gwen thinking about my banana whale. I got to put an end to this.
Got it. Once and for all. And that maybe he does say that, and that kind of gets Seth to go along because he's like trying to pop his tires or trying to steal his money for the bus. We're going on a bus. This is a bus movie. I'm making a call. We're not doing
it. It allows you to bring in maybe an extra
a couple characters. Someone falls down to the bathroom in the back. Hilarity ensues. So we can
have IBS.
Right. So they need the bus. Can't take the car. Maybe they were going to take the car, but he's like, I don't want to stop every 20 minutes and shit. Right. That's why I have the job I have. I'm tending from the bathroom all the time. It's in the mall across from the bathroom. That's the only reason I work at the CDW. You know this.
I can't leave.
I hate music. I have no rhythm. I'm deaf in one ear. So so the car is out. So that's another little obstacle. He could get to Chicago in 3 hours by car, but gotta take the bus. So it's double the trip now. And you know that bus is breaking down. You know a John Candy-like character is on that bus to offer ungreat advice. We haven't gotten there yet though. So okay. Yeah, so that's his plan. So he's got to go and find Dakota, go back to the place where they were where she was working when they met, and he went to Chicago somewhere, college in Chicago somewhere, so he's going back there. And let's say he lives in Pittsburgh, so that's like 7 hours by car.
That's a long bus drive.
So it'll turn into a 2-ish day trip. This is a 90-minute movie we got to fill. So there's going to be a motel scene. Something about maybe we will get the chickens in the pool lady we talked about with another movie. Maybe she's in this one. At the hotel, and the waffle iron thing happens here. Let's not throw out a good idea just because it's a different movie.
It was a really good idea, though. That's a waffle iron. That's an iron.
That's a real iron. Why are you ironing your T-shirt too? We're riding on a bus. Who cares about fucking good-looking clothes, you idiot? Okay, so Seth cares about his appearance because of the IBS. He's trying to make up for his flatulence with a button-down shirt, even though he's horribly overweight. So car not an option. We're on the bus. bought the tickets. Seth's kind of on board because he's thinking he's going to end this and just needs to see her one more time. And now Charlie has that guilt as well. He's guilty about Gwen. He's guilty about kind of lying to his friend. So that'll come back later and they'll butt heads about that. Create some tension in that third act or the end of the second or whatever. Okay. On the bus. So let's talk about the bus people. What happens on the bus? Who do we encounter on the bus, John? Who else is going to Chicago and why?
From Pittsburgh. I mean, you probably got like a traveling rugby team.
Perfect. Yes, like a club team.
Yep, you get a group of them cheering their cheers, and
they all have former lovers. So
they're talking like, so remember that time we met that girl? I still got her number.
Right. Who, your banana whale? I'm sorry, did you guys say banana whale? Yeah, why? What of it, Pipsqueak? Well, I'm also trying to find my banana whale.
I'm going to Chicago to find my banana whale. The bus driver turns around. He's like,
right. He's wearing knee-high stockings under his pants. You can't see that yet, but he's a bit of a wild card. We'll see that later.
Destiny on the dashboard.
Exactly. God, I love this bus. It smells horrible, but the vibe is great. Okay, so traveling rugby team, they're sharing stories.
Probably older couple.
Yes, of course.
Hates being on this bus. They're like, oh,
right.
We had no option.
Right.
We're thinking about
George was supposed to order the plane tickets 3 months ago, but he forgot. I didn't forget. You'd forget your head if it wasn't sewn onto your body.
Perfect. Yep. But that allows. I mean, of course, like this is kind of on the nose again, but it allows him to see, like when he looks back at George and Elaine, he's like, is that how I want to?
Right, there you go.
Is that how I want to?
That's a great call, John. That's another thing. This bus could, if we zoom out a bit, almost serve. And this whole trip does serve as like basically examples of what his life could be, couldn't be, might be based on the decision he makes.
Like
so he's seeing little glimpses. It's very
it's not magical, but
sure.
He's making it up. But
right.
You know, we can use some movie magic to I like that.
A little bit of the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future happening here, but not explicit. It's kind of just you see him and maybe he says something to Seth or says something to him like, "See, they look happy." Before they talk to the old couple, that's you and Gwen. You look, they look so happy.
And then he hears
hi,
like,
folks, what are you doing on the bus today? Oh, goddamn, George, he fucked up again. Oh, okay.
My husband was too stupid to buy the plane tickets again.
I should have divorced you years ago after I slept with your brother.
She's like, oh.
Let's not bring that up again.
Sorry. Let's save strangers.
Exactly right. Enjoy your trip.
Rugby team's talking about sharing a banana whale. He's like, oh, fuck. I don't know.
Yep, so they all have the same banana whale, which is kind of weird.
Does everyone have their own banana whale?
Because the same person.
Clay and I, last year.
Right, that banana whale changed all our lives. So that's medically, but a lot of the time that's just comes with the banana whale. That's par for the course for most banana whales. Now, okay, cool. So we meet the old couple, meet the rugby team. Maybe there's a pretty girl on this bus too. Ooh, here we go. Seth can have. So this is an opportunity for a little B story, a little sub story in the story here, where maybe Seth finds love on this trip. Again, he's been cast aside his whole life, shitty job. He has IBS.
Some girl's got a punk band patch on her backpack and he loves that.
Right. He actually likes that music. There you go. Perfect. Sees her.
Maybe too scared. Anime. Who knows?
Maybe it's both. Too scared to say something to start, but then eventually maybe he steps on her toe. She steps on his toe, and she's rushing back to the bathroom.
Yeah,
and his opener is, oh, I know, don't need to apologize. I've had to run back there a couple times too myself since we started. And instead of her being disgusted, he has a moment of terror of, oh fuck, what did I do? And instead of her being disgusted, she goes, do you have IBS? And he dies. And then she goes, I do too. So the IBS is what's going to connect these two and their weird bowels. And that'll be, and then later, whoever Charlie ends up marrying, they're in none of the photos because they were both stuck in the bathroom the whole time at the wedding.
Love it.
And that'll be a funny little Easter egg. Okay, so. Okay.
And good for Seth.
Yeah, good for Seth. It doesn't happen right away, obviously, but the IBS thing connects, and then she goes to the bathroom. He kind of tries not to see her come out or listen to her in there. And then she goes back to her seat, but she looks back every once in a while and they meet eyes. So we know, ooh, something's brewing here. And she's going to the same place The future is good.
They're going to meet in a bathroom. Seth is like twice as long in the bathroom one time, and Charlie's like, "What the shit, man?" Right. And he's like happy as hell when he walks out of the bathroom. Then you see IBS girl.
I love it. Okay, cool. So that's happening at the same time. Let's give at least one more person on this bus before it breaks down. We got the bus driver. We got rugby guys, old couple, the Seth girl.
I think since the priest was part of his influence growing up, there should be some sort of like, it doesn't have to be a priest directly, but some tie into
a religion. Sexy nun who's not a nun yet. She's training to get her the robe, whatever it's called, the hood. Time. Yeah. So there's a sexy nun too that catches their attention, and Seth's like, you should talk to her. Like, I'm a garbage person. Like, I
have IBS. Nuns don't talk to me.
Right. I'm a lower class citizen. You should go talk to somebody who understands your problems. So, and he talks to her a little bit. And then the bus breaks down. So this is curveball number 1, or this is curveball like 3 or 4 at this point. They get stuck on the side of the road. There's a motel they all walk to, spend the night. So that allows him. So maybe what should happen on this is Charlie is kind of. So Seth's now preoccupied with this girl.
Yep.
Charlie is maybe zeroing in on the nun a little bit. And he's having a lot of confused feelings because it's like person of authority, beautiful, knows she's a nun. He's engaged to be married and also trying to find some other woman he may or may not love. Does he have room in his heart for the nun, or is he just talking to her because she maybe has some advice? So he doesn't know. He's so confused. Charlie, his brain is just mush at this point. But we're going to have a little like a storyline here where he talks to her at the hotel. Maybe they stay up late one night. They come to some kind of conclusion, and it's just it's repeating the theme. And she talks about, I don't know, some example in the Bible, or maybe not, maybe just from her life. Opposite. Maybe she also has an opposite life of Charlie's, where it's like not like
she used to be a banana whale.
Oh shit! All right, okay, this is too easy, but you're right. This is exactly what it should be. It's exactly what it should be.
She was a banana whale for multiple dudes, and yeah. Her mother was a banana whale. She comes from a line of banana whales. We go. That's all she knew.
Banana whales all the way down, people.
Then she discovered religion, and she didn't really give it much credit, but it was that saved her. And she's like, one day I was out banana whaling, and I found my heart really longing for the church, and I knew more. At that point. That's the dream I should chase.
Right. So
she kind of gives him that lesson in reverse.
Exactly. The lesson in reverse. It mirrors the theme of like, you got to find your own voice. Don't let anyone tell you what to do with your life. It's your life. Do whatever you want to do with it. And for her, it was the opposite. Mom, full family, strippers, banana whales. And she was like, I want something more that no man can give me other than the big man, the G-man.
Nobody fills me up like his Jesus. Lord and Savior.
Oh my God, I can feel the Holy Ghost with us tonight. Right, and she's wearing some ridiculous outfit, probably like a way too low cut nun habit, something. And Charlie's having a real hard time.
Something happened to it when she was like getting on the bus, it ripped,
showing a lot of leg.
Yep.
She's trying to sew it while he's trying to pay attention to what she's saying. Okay, good. Perfect. But yeah, so they have a connection. As the audience, you're like, oh my God, is this guy going to try to have sex with the nun? Nope. You think that for a little bit, but then you get to the understanding of like, oh crap, she's right. I'm right to be doing this. I got to find Dakota. Meanwhile, Seth is right. Like maybe bus girl, we got to give Seth's bus punk IBS girl a name. Seth and...
I want better than Pam. I want not Tanya. Okay. I want something like kind of
punchy. Feisty. Yep, punchy. Okay, let's do Tanya. Seth and Tanya. That works. So Seth can't swim. She's in the pool, and he's trying to be cool, staying in the shallow end and trying to talk to her and almost dying. So that's what Seth's doing during all this. And she finds
jokes.
She finds it hilarious, right? Exactly. A lot of drowning jokes, a lot of buoyancy jokes, with some IBS jokes sprinkled in there as he tries to quickly. I need to get out of this pool right now.
Don't worry about the pool turning yellow. I worry about it turning brown.
Right, and she loves it. She's loving these jokes. He can be himself. So again, his story is mirroring the larger story. Everyone's trying to be themselves, much like John and I are tonight. So, and we all are every day, but we forget.
We should do it more.
We should do it more. We should all do it more. So, okay, cool. None lessons learned. Next morning, we'll have some funny waffle iron thing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's nothing. That happens. The bus is fixed. We're on the bus. Maybe it was just like one night. So we're almost to Chicago, and now Charlie's flipped. He didn't, or not flipped. He wasn't sure. Now he's pretty sure he's going there to tell Dakota that he has feelings for her still, but doesn't tell Seth that. Seth still thinks we're going there to tell Dakota, hey, just so you know, I have no regrets. I'm happy with my decision. Enjoy your life. I hope you're okay.
Yep. We can see that, right? Like, he's got a note that he's been holding on to from her that he's gonna throw away as they're leaving the hotel.
Yes, there we go.
He just like grabs it and puts it in his pocket.
Maybe that's what he was doing. He was going on a walk to like have some ceremonial, like throw the note away into this cool river they were near, the one that broke down, or in a fire pit outside or something. Saw Bo with some kind of makeshift stove, and was thinking, I'm just going to throw this in there. We're going to go home tomorrow. This is all over. What have I done? We're stuck in a motel. Seth has IBS. I'm getting married. He's having almost like a whatever it's called, a dark night of the soul, a little bit. He's internally like, what the fuck am I doing? So now, but then we get reaffirmation from the nun, the sexy nun, that he's doing the right thing. So we're back on the track. We're going to Chicago, and at this point, Seth and Tanya, they're making out in the bus. Maybe the nun's not even there the next day in the bus, and he's like, hey, to the bus driver, like, hey, the nun that was behind you. And he's like, I don't remember a nun. I don't remember. So like, we're just led to believe maybe she was a mysterious character. Maybe she got locked out of her room last night and fell asleep in the hall, and she just missed the bus. We'll never know. You'll never know.
That openness. Some people are going to say guardian angel. Right. Some people are going to say she was
just a banana whale, just doing banana whale stuff.
She's wailing one of the rugby guys.
Right, she also had a kind of an internal monologue.
Herself, yeah.
Once a banana whale, always a banana whale.
Yeah.
Whew, this is amazing. Okay, so Seth's making out with Tanya. Charlie's locked in that, so he's distracted. Charlie's locked in on we're doing this. I'm gonna find Dakota. So they get to Chicago. Now we got to go through this whole rigmarole because it's 1998. She's not on the phone book. Holy crap! Like, how's he gonna find her? So he goes to the bar. Bartender's like, she doesn't work here anymore. This could be a montage of him going through town and basically being like, I don't know, talk to the old innkeeper.
He's got to walk. He walks into the bar. There's a girl looks like her.
He has a
she's
small
wearing
heart
flannel.
attack.
She goes to turn and she's pregnant as hell. And he's like, oh, but then you realize,
baby, right?
Then you realize, like, oh god, she is a 19-year-old banana whale.
Right. Got caught in the net.
Dakota would
banana
be 30
whale
by now.
The pregnant net that takes down a lot of banana whales for a time. For
9 months.
Well,
10,
maybe just a weekend.
6, yeah.
They kind of adjust to their new body. Okay, so. Got it. So montage of him going around his old town, seeing some old folks. And this is like, he loses hope here, like thinks he's got a dead end. And then, gosh, okay, so where did this start? Maybe the old bartender or the old bar owner, someone who used to see them together a lot when they were in college, who's now kind of down on his luck, asleep outside of a diner, recognizes him and is like, Charlie, how's Dakota? And he's like, wait, you remember me? You remember her? Yeah, you guys are perfect for each other. I thought you'd be married and have a bunch of kids by, and he does the fucking, hobo wisdom. Right. stand up and tell me more. I am standing up. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Let me sit down. Don't do that. It's demeaning. All right, I'm just gonna stand, I guess. Can I sit? I'm tired. So, and he's like, yeah. No, she's totally, yeah. She works over at the old folks' home. So maybe Dakota's story arc's had a little bit of, I'm done banana whaling and bartending in smoky old saloons. Maybe you're, I don't know, one of the patrons gets sick and in a hospice care or something. So we're going to get serious at the end here for a little bit. But there'll be a funny scene with an oxygen tank not working and it launches somebody in a wheelchair down the hall. So don't worry. It feels like a zany, one of those like Tom Green type movies in the late 90s.
What if Dakota is the one in like urgent care? What if, let's say Dakota's been stricken with some sort of life-ending disease, probably venereal,
banana whale killer.
And he learns like, oh yeah, they put her up in the hospital a month ago. She's probably not going to get out. So now Charlie knows where Dakota is, but she's only got like a month left to live. This goes off the. I think this is atypical. It kind of throws a wrench in the plan, but.
Well, let's play with this though for a minute, because we can also. This is our world we're making, John. If we want to say, actually, never mind, we can say actually never mind and start again. But I like this. So let's. Okay, so she's on her deathbed. Do you want another beer?
Yeah, why not?
She's on her deathbed.
She's on her deathbed.
She's deathbed or like coma. Ooh,
I like coma because now Charlie's got to make the decision without her.
Or but hold on, let me get you a beer. Which one? What do you want next? We got the Hot Thunder. We got Flip Side. We got Ruthless. We got another Nooner.
I'll do Flip Side. I haven't had this one yet.
Ever? It's good.
Ever.
Okay. Old red IPA. You'll like it. Okay. So, all right. Let me.
Okay, so maybe she potentially, in this universe, she's in a coma.
Yep.
We find out she's in a coma.
Right. So she's in the coma. He goes there, somehow finagles his way to be able to see her, and she looks beautiful. She's like glowing, hasn't aged a day. Now we have a decision to make here. Like, did she let's talk through some options. Did she like never, maybe she's waiting for the story, their backstory is they're in love, they're having fun times. Dakota thinks he's the one. He's like, she's too wild. She wants to run away and elope. That'll kill my parents. They'll drop dead if I get married without them. Like, what am I even doing? Like,
I have to live my prescribed life.
I'm doing this is wrong. This is so wrong. And gets scared and runs away. Leaves her at the bus stop. What if she gets like hit by a bus at the bus stop? She never knows that, and he's in a coma since then. She never knows he didn't come.
Holy.
She's been waiting for him for 15 years.
In this coma. I mean, we throw like medical plausibility out the window, but
you have to suspend your disbelief for a little bit and just kind of be like,
but it's
right.
It's almost like a Sleeping Beauty at this point.
Okay.
Like, that's a popular story.
That's a popular story.
Don't sue me, Disney.
Right, exactly. And also, we're not kissing any women that are asleep here. I don't think can do that anymore.
That's probably a fair idea, actually. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
But
maybe just a little peck.
A little something. Yeah. Right. Well, yeah. It'll be witnesses will be around if that happens. He's not going to be alone in the room with the body, with the woman.
Can you watch?
Right. Can you take this? Can you valet my car? I got to do something. So that won't happen. So this is an option. This is a possible thing where like she's been unconscious for 15 years. He shows up and she wakes up. And now he's got this horrible fucking dilemma. But he'll learn. Like the nurse comes in and is like, she's been here for 15 years. Yeah, some schmuck left her at the bus stop and she got clipped. She's probably still waiting for him in her head right now. And he's like, holy fuck.
Oh my God. Dude, that's good.
So she has no idea that he has another life. Gwen, 15 years, Seth, all that stuff. And now Seth's like, holy fuck, this is crazy, dude. And maybe, and like, what happens the first night when he walks in and sees her? Again, she's been unresponsive for 15 years. He's kind of standing there near her, hoping something miraculous happens, that she wakes up or that she dies. Like, someone take this decision away from me.
Yes.
Exactly. Once again, that voice comes in. He doesn't want to talk and think for himself. He wants the world to figure this out for him. So, but he kind of stands there for a little bit. Nothing happens, and he walks out. But as he walks out, the camera zooms in on her hand, and it does a little wiggle. It does a little wiggle.
Yeah,
and no one sees it, but we know as the audience the first time she's moved in 15 years. So holy fuck!
Love this.
So now this is so ridiculous. So now, fucking banana wheels.
That's like, hey, we said it was your bachelor party. She's in a coma. Let's go out and have a good time tonight. And we're going home tomorrow.
Right.
So they go out drinking. See some old friends. Seth and Tanya pretty much
just
hang out and have their own little banana wheel party. And he's just like, he's just a wreck, right? Like he's at the bar, he's pounding drinks. He 1 minute he's looking at the watch that Gwen gave him. The next minute he's thinking about Dakota, and he's he's just like, man, I hate this. Like I just want to live in the street. I don't want to have to. He's like anything but make this decision.
Anything but this life, my life right now.
And then in this process, maybe this is too much, but he's the bartender's like, oh, what do you want? And he's like, I guess I'll have another one of these. Like, we're out of those. What do you really want? And he's like, oh.
Yes. And he's drinking, that's it. He's drinking the beer his dad's drank forever and his grandfather drank, and we're out of that. What do you really want? Boom, 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 boom. And he's like, holy fuck. Yeah, okay, perfect. So he's got to take a leap of faith at this point. And like next morning, Seth's passed out with Tanya. Everyone's kind of hungover. He gets up, pounds some Advil, and goes back alone to Dakota's room and just kind of sits there for a bit and gets really emotional, upset, puts his hands down, her face in his hands, kind of starts crying, and just dumps his whole life story out. Like, Dakota, like, I don't know how to tell you this, but like, it's been 15 years. I don't know if you can hear me. Lays it all out there. I miss you. Maybe I love you. We were in love. It was amazing. I was scared. I ran away from you. This is all my fault that you're here. If I was there and we were on the bus, you wouldn't be in this coma. Feels awful. Starts talking a little bit about Gwen and his life and how he thinks he's happy, but he doesn't really know. And he like kind of like crying, lifts his face out of his hands and sees that Dakota's awake. And he's been listening the whole time.
Perfect.
And she's like, what happened? But she's like immediately lucid. She's immediately like in it and like has this look, God damn it. Now I don't know what to do. I don't know what now we have to make a decision. What does he do? What does he decide? What does he want to do? I mean, so I guess it's kind of already made for us. Gwen is the safe choice. He really can't go back to Gwen. He kind of has to roll the dice with Dakota. Or this is where like movies are made or broken right now. That's an option. It's like, we've established Gwen is great, but Gwen is safe. And
I mean, everybody watching this movie knows he's going to take Dakota up until this point.
Okay.
Like, I assume everybody's like, okay, Gwen's dead. I wish she had done something terrible because I don't hate her. But
right.
They know Gwen's not really an option.
Right.
Especially because Dakota has been in a coma. So it's not like she's got a husband or she runs with a gang or anything. Like, she's still the banana whale that he loved at that bus stop.
Right.
So you don't have any reason not to pick Dakota. I'm just analyzing this because you're right. It's a good movie up until here, but here is a big, this is the crux.
This is a big decision to make because of, exactly that we don't know. If he just says,
Dakota, I love you. And she's like, great, I love you too. Boring.
Right. You're right. So that's the other thing too, is like for her that
maybe she has IBS.
Maybe. But you're right, John. There's Gwen is established as the safe choice, and Dakota's the thing that we think he actually wants. Maybe, okay, now, so I think we have three options. Like, he goes back to Gwen. No one likes that option, except maybe some people in the audience who are like, yeah, Christian Gwen was nice. Yep, sure. We'll get a vote from the far right and a lot of stay-at-home Christian moms and stuff. But maybe that's it. The other option is like go with Dakota, which like a lot of people will probably like. Feel sad for Gwen, but again, the story is about Charlie, not about Gwen and him making decisions. It's not even about Gwen or Dakota. It's about like, Charlie, can you be brave enough to do what you actually want to do?
Yep.
And let's go with Dakota. The third option is he chooses neither of them, and he like kind of says like, this is too much. Like, I can't do this to Dakota because she's like doesn't. I've lived a whole life without her. Like, here's probably what should happen. Here's what happens. I've got
Lay it on me.
I've got it. All right. I figured it out. Okay. So that's the decision he thinks he's made. He's realized, okay, Dakota has been asleep for 15 years. I lived a whole life without her, but I can't go back to Gwen because I don't love her the way I thought I did. I'm just kind of choosing her because my parents said she's great and she's very safe and all that crap. But she's awesome, but I didn't make this decision. This decision was kind of made for me in my head with other people's voices.
That absolves him too. I like that. Because I want people to like Charlie.
Right, exactly right. But he also is like, I haven't seen Dakota in 15 years. Like, I don't want to, it would be wrong for me to just act like nothing happened and kind of pick up where we left off. I'm a different person. She's got 15 years of life to catch up on. I'm sure like me jumping in right now isn't what she wants. So like he makes the decision to like walk away from both of them, and maybe it's like 6 months later or whatever. There's some small time jump, and gosh, now I'm second guessing myself. But he either something happens, like he just happens to run into Dakota somehow, or he just happens to run into Dakota somehow. He just happens to run into her out in the world. Like they've kind of decided that.
So because initially when you say he chooses neither of them, I'm kind of mad. It makes sense, but I'm like, fuck, I wanted him to get with Dakota, and he's doing the proper thing, and he's walking away.
He's trying to bow out.
And then we fast forward 6 months, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I see now he's just living in an apartment, and Dakota's not here.
Right, Seth and
like,
Tanya are making out all
totally
over.
Moved on.
Right.
Sorry, Charlie totally moved on, and we've only got like 5 minutes left in the movie, so there goes my happy ending.
So what's going to happen? And it could be a very like, God, what's that movie? Kind of like Serendipity or whatever, where it's like they just happen to find each other somewhere, or. God, we need to tie this up. Maybe put a bow on this. I mean, he's doing his own thing. And it could be, okay, here's what it is. Let's not be silly. Let's not overthink this. So he lives in an apartment. Seth and Tanya are banging all the time. Since he's not having a wedding, he's got a lot of money that he's not going to spend on this wedding now. So he opens up an independent record store with Seth and Tanya.
Love it.
They're all working it together. They're loving life. Life isn't about choosing girl A or girl B. It's about just doing whatever you want to do. Charlie's happy. His shirt's untucked. His hair's got blonde highlights in it now.
For like one of the first times in the whole film.
Exactly right. And he's not in Chicago. He's back in Pittsburgh or whatever, hanging out. And then the movie could simply just end with like the bell ringing to the shop and a tall figure walking in, sexy looking banana whale type figure, who just kind of, what do you got?
So I like this, but I'm gonna do a callback when Charlie first met Dakota.
Yes,
and he was like, "Oh, I love this crazy band," and she was like, "I love that band too."
Yep.
Cool. Now we're in Pittsburgh. We're doing the music shop, and Seth is like, "You're not gonna fucking believe this, but Jump Mouth is coming to Pittsburgh for a reunion."
Right. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I haven't seen them since I was a kid. Yeah, we're all going, and we're going to the Jump Mouth show.
Right.
And then you see like someone get off a bus with Jump Mouth tickets.
Okay. From Chicago.
Maybe you only see
bus. Right. What do you see? Her like old jacket,
Chicago bus,
her old jacket that's got
flannel,
a bunch of
something like
the stickers,
the
stickers. Yep. And her cool Jaguar print boots or something.
Yep.
And she's coming to the Jump Mouth show, and that could walk away just like that, where he's right. Because really the choice between Gwen and Dakota wasn't what it was about. It was just about him making choices. He did that. He's living his life now, doing what he wants to do. But the universe, destiny, whatever.
We probably just need to go back.
Ooh, here's a little wrinkle that'll get people's fucking nipples hard. Maybe we do see Dakota on the bus. We see she's just on a bus, kind of asleep, and a sexy nun goes, "Oh dear, I think this is your stop."
Wow.
You just see her arm and you hear her voice.
That's it. Yep.
And then Dakota kind of wakes up and maybe no one's there, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get my bags. Let me get out." So she almost misses that little window too, and that fucking nun with her sexy ripped thing under her leg orchestrated the whole thing. Maybe, or maybe not. You don't know. We can put that in and do screeners and let the audience decide. Do we like the nun being supernatural?
I think that's pretty good.
Okay.
It makes fate seem like it has more of a role in our decisions.
Which is interesting because the movie's about free will and choice, but maybe the universe will always be out there, maybe helping you out a little bit. Once you're brave enough, and that's the thing. Once you're brave enough to kind of jump off the ledge.
Charlie didn't see the nun until he took a little jump.
Right, that's right. The jump was on the bus. He had to venture on his own path, and the guides kind of find you, which I've found to be true. So,
and then we just need to go back and make Charlie a little bit more, like, drop hints into the fact that he loved music.
Sure.
So then when he decides to leave and start a music store, you're like, oh, you know what? He is doing what he wants. Like,
of course. Well, he was in a band. Maybe he was in a band and played at the bar that Dakota was at, and they made out afterwards. And that was how the first time they made out was.
Yeah, his band was like the opener for Jump Mouth the last time they were in Chicago.
Yep.
Also, Jump Mouth, terrible name.
No, Jump Mouth's a great name. I was trying to say Jump Mouth. We could have Fat Toes. He could be a cover band of Jump Mouth. And got to open for him once. And Dakota thought it was the coolest thing ever. So anyway, so I think that's it. So he lives his life. Dakota comes back into it. We don't get to see what their next story is, but that's fine. And Gwen's fine too. Let's tie Gwen up. What is Gwen? Does she find her own banana whale? Gwen finds her own banana whale, who is someone we've seen earlier in the movie who we haven't talked about yet. Who should the banana whale be?
Woody Harrelson.
It's right. You just see him trying to leave the house and her pulling him back in. Him going, no, really. Oh, I need to leave. I don't have any more fluid left in me.
You're right. She deserves her better. Whale. She deserves better than
She'll have a banana whale at the end. It'll be nice. It'll be cute in a Gwen way. But it'll be a banana whale. And that's it, man. I think we just did it, John.
Honestly, that's not terrible. I expected it to be a way worse film.
Fucking did it. Wow. So banana whale. All right. Shit.
Thanks, Finback.
Thanks, Finback, for that. Thank you guys if you're still listening. Hope to God it's all still recording. I think it is. It is. Cheers, man. To banana whales.
I mean, if that's one of 50, I can't wait to see what happens once we've actually practiced.
Jesus Christ. That was amazing. All right. Cool. So that's it. Banana whale. Charlie did it. Charlie had to make some tough decisions, and he did, and he's all the better for it.
Yeah, really, it's a story about standing up for yourself, knowing what you want, and having the courage to do something about it.
Yes, that's right. Go chase that crazy
banana whale.
Yeah.
And while you're chasing banana whales, jump on Instagram
and
follow us over there on Beer Me That Movie.
Beer Me That Movie. Find us on Untappd. We'll list our personal Instagram handles there too. Drop us a comment, send us a DM. You can absolutely recommend, like, do this beer. I'm not saying we will, but when we talk about it, he sent it in on the show and stuff. And yeah, the plan is to have these come out every other Wednesday. So like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff so you don't miss the next one. And other than that, until next time, drink some beer, watch some movies, and
chase your banana whale.
Chase that banana whale. Don't let a banana whale away. The bigger banana whale. That was like, she was the small banana whale. The banana whale is like everyone's dream.
Yeah.
He was the small, little banana whale, big banana whale.
The little banana whale is obtainable.
Right.
Big banana whale is like Marissa Tomei.
I got a story I'll share offline. All right. Good night, folks.